Happy Monday, everyone. Good morning. It is August 19th, starting off another work and school week. So many kids going back to school again this week. We'll talk about that, plus the fog that people are driving through this morning. But of course, want to remind you right off the top, we're live on Facebook every weekday morning, right around this time. But it stays on your feed throughout the day, so you can watch it whenever it works best for you. Plus, we make it into a podcast. You can find that at inform.com/podcast. Just look for the Inform Minute or anywhere you find your podcasts.
All right, Dylan, today, how's the weather going to be?
You know, we've kind of had this haze for a while for the past few days. We'll have that again today, kind of this wildfire haze. Air quality shouldn't be terrible. You're sensitive to the smoke, though. Definitely stay inside just because, you know, sensitive lungs and smoke don't really get along.
Sure.
Otherwise, today will be pretty nice. Temperatures middle 80s, really not much of a wind at all. So probably feeling pretty hot. Probably feeling like the upper 80s with, you know, middle 80s, a little bit of humidity. It'll be a toasty afternoon.
Okay.
And then tomorrow, partly sunny. We'll have quite a few more clouds, and there will be a few showers, maybe a stray rumble underneath there too. Not thinking will be a completely rainy day, and most spots I'm thinking will probably stay dry. 80 degrees forecast high, south breeze 10 to 20. The breeze really picks up on Wednesday, gusting up to 30. That increases the humidity into Thursday. We have our next chance of storms, and then upper 80s by the weekend. A few more chances of storms when that heat does break down, which looks to be late in the weekend into early next week.
All right. Well, even though school's starting, summer is dwindling, still summertime temperature.
You said it. You know, I didn't have to say it this morning, but summer is dwindling. You're right. I mean, tomorrow is going to be the 20th, and I mean, shoot, it's almost September at that point.
I mean, September is usually still pretty nice.
It
but
can
it's
be.
It
not
is.
like,
Oh, yes,
you
for
know,
sure. It's not summer. I mean, school's going back.
Yeah.
So, you know, for most people, when school starts again, summer's over.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's crazy. That's where we're already at in the calendar. September's coming up quick. And then it's October, and then it's November.
Okay,
and then
slow down.
Jeez, Dylan. Quit
right,
saying
thank
things
you.
like that.
Well, like we said, more kids are heading back to class today. This morning, kids at the Enderlin area schools are back in class, joining them, students in Maddock. And we're going to be keeping tabs on who's heading back to class throughout the rest of the week, which I'll say again, Wednesday, it's the West Fargo School District, so that's a big one. A lot of kids will be heading back starting Wednesday.
All right, we had breaking news this morning on First News. A man is in the hospital after an incident in downtown Fargo. It happened at the PetroServe gas station on NP Avenue. The call came in overnight around 3 o'clock. We know someone was loaded into an ambulance with what appeared to be a head injury, but we are still working to find out what exactly happened and who was involved. We've reached out to Fargo Police for those details, and we'll pass them along once we learn more.
A driver is facing several charges this morning following a high-speed chase on I-94. The chase started in Minnesota, where state troopers tried to pull over Dustin Powell in a stolen vehicle. He crossed into North Dakota around 10 o'clock Sunday night. Troopers in North Dakota were finally able to force the car to stop in a field just a few miles northwest of Mapleton. Right now, he's in the Cass County Jail. We are working to learn when he will be in court.
All right, tonight the Fargo City Commission is going to take up a couple hot button issues. First off, commissioners will hear the first reading of an ordinance that will set public rules for people camping on public property. That is specifically to address homeless encampments here in the metro. Meantime, commissioners will decide whether or not to put a new sales tax initiative on the November ballot. The quarter-cent sales tax hike being proposed would help pay for raises for police officers and firefighters in the upcoming budget for 2025. That's in addition to a sales tax measure that's already going to be on the ballot this fall that would fund improvements to the Fargo Dome. So if both of those were to pass, Fargo would then have a total sales tax of 8%.
The Democratic National Convention starts today in Chicago. Vice President Kamala Harris is set to formally accept the presidential nomination on Thursday, while her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, is expected to accept his nomination on Wednesday. The keynote speaker tonight, President Joe Biden. Other top Democrats will also speak throughout the week, like Barack and Michelle Obama.
Today on Hot Mic with Dom Izzo, game week has arrived for both high school and college football. It's exciting. Dom will have a look ahead to the kickoff games to start the upcoming 2024 season, plus 10 days out from the Bison opener in Colorado. Find out how NDSU's offensive line is starting to come into shape for the matchup against Deion Sanders' team. That's from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra.
And remember, now is a great time to get that inform.com subscription, your all-access pass to these news, weather, sports headlines. 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. You can check out that deal at inform.com/subscribe.
Make sure to join us the rest of the day on air as well. Our next newscast is at 11 o'clock, then 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we'll be back with First News tomorrow morning from 5 to 7. So join us then.